Yeah, don't break
You're
it
just going to scale everything over at the start of it. Cut.
The tea's gone on everything.
Oh, blooming neck.
Oh dear. Right. We're just going to say hello then and start.
Let's do it.
Okay. Right, so, well...
Youngest first.
What?
Youngest first.
I don't think it should do that. I sound like a boy going through puberty at the moment because of my sore throat.
Oh dear.
But I'm going to give it a good go.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to get used to my squeakies.
Maybe next time it'll be alright.
Yeah,
Fine, won't
it'll
it?
be fine. It'll be fine. Go on, you introduce the podcast because it's the eldest's responsibility.
Hi. I'm Sarah. This is Jess.
Hello.
We are Once Upon a Bookshelf.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's cute, isn't
Yeah.
it? We love that.
Just chatting all things books.
Specifically, though. Specifically, fantasy.
Yeah.
Romanticy books.
Yeah.
Because we don't like any other genre, apparently.
Apparently not. We do. It's just these have just totally consumed our lives for the past goodness knows how long.
To be fair, I think we're both very open to also doing dark romances.
Yeah.
I did dip my toe in.
You did dip your big toe.
It was a big toe dip into a book.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. Very much you need to dip your toe in and get used to it first, I think.
I think you've got to go in with a completely blank mind, haven't you?
Absolutely.
I've not read it, but yeah.
It did some...
It's everywhere, though. I keep seeing it and I'm like, oh, I feel like I need to read it.
I get so many recommendations on TikTok. So, because I think, like, romanticy and dark romance sort of go hand in hand together, don't they? So I get with my romanticy recommendations, you get your dark romance ones as well. So we'll dip our toe in.
We dip our toe. We can dip our toe in.
Yeah, we can have a go. Why not?
Why not? We'll try anything.
Do you know what?
That's
what it's all about.
You know what we are? We're open books.
We are. Oh my god. Oh no, it started the puns.
That was quite a good one for me.
That was a good one for you. Let you Jesus. Okay, so a little background on us. We're sisters. Sarah's well old compared to me.
Yeah.
Granny.
Yeah. I'll take that. I feel old.
You're not old.
No.
Only because I don't want to be old yet, and you're not actually that much older than me.
4 years between us, isn't there?
Yeah.
I'm 31. Which makes you
and
27.
I'm 20. What?
7. 27.
27. Oh gosh. I'm creeping up.
You are creeping up. 30's fine. It's 31 that hits you.
Do you know what I thought this? I was thinking this the other day.
Your time going, yes, it's big birthday, I'm going to celebrate it, and you love it because you're celebrating it, and then 31 hits you and like, oh my god.
Do you know what I think? 30s are the best decade.
To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're 20, you have no idea what you're doing.
I still don't.
No. But you have more of an idea. You've got a house and kids, Sarah.
Got a house and kids, that's all I need.
Oh, honestly. So yeah. So you're married.
I'm married with 2 children.
Lovely.
Little boy and a little girl.
Cute.
Yeah.
And your eldest is 6 now.
6, yeah. Little one's 2.
Oh. And I am also married. And freshly married with a young boy who is 17 months old.
Oh,
I know. So we find it really hard to find time to be able to do things, especially read.
Yeah.
So if you're like us and you don't read particularly fast, like we don't read a whole book a day sort of thing.
No.
It takes us about a week to read a decent sized book.
Yes.
Then you're in the right place because we're all here for the slow readers.
I'll be honest though, I wish I could read a book a day. That would be marvellous.
If I could sit, I think I couldn't even. I'm that much of a slow reader that if I sat down and actually was able to read all day, I don't think I could finish a book.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. I like to suck all the information in.
Yeah.
I like to be, one of those people who's reading and, like, you get to, like, a bit where you're, like, shocked. You close the book and look at your fake audience and you're like, what just happened?
Or you have to walk away.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't. I need
go
to
make
take
a
time
cuppa
away from this and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need time. I need time to process things.
Yeah. I don't know how...
My brain is a bit slow. Yeah.
I don't know how people do it.
No.
I don't. I honestly, I read a novella recently. It was less than 200 pages.
Yeah.
It still took me over a day to read it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have easily done it in a day. But I was like, just pace this one out.
I know, that's it though, but this is the problem. When a book's really good as well, you're like, I need to read it, I need to find out what's going on. But then I'm like, no, slow down. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
I don't want to read it too fast, and it's like finding the happy in between.
Especially when you've been waiting for that book.
Yeah.
So like with Onyx Storm recently.
Oh God, yeah.
When that came out, the first thing I wanted to do when I got that Amazon package was like sit down and devour it. But at the same time I was like, I'm so scared. What if I get through it so quickly?
Yeah. Especially with things like TikTok. Like BookTok and Instagram, Bookstagram they call it. That's pretty cool. Like you feel like you have to read books quicker to not find out what's happened.
Yeah.
The Onyx Storm ones were very good because they're like spoiler, like really good. So you could just like, no, flick past. I'm not finished yet. I'm not gonna spoil it for myself. But I do find like reading books that have been out for a while and have got a big following is very hard to miss things.
Yeah.
I find that I'm like, I need to finish this now so I can go and scroll.
And I'm one of those people as well that I can imagine really well in my head, but I really like to see fan art.
Yeah.
And I go, oh my God, what do they look like? Because those books that we just read, I couldn't imagine Rain Ashraj in my head. I couldn't imagine him.
So I'm also at that stage. Yeah.
So I was like, I need to know what he looks like. Like I knew he was a good looking man. But I was like, I need to know what he looks like. So you look up fan art, but then as soon as you look up fan art, it's a slippery slope because then you see spoilers.
Yeah.
And I've done it for so many things for myself. I did it with Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
I knew who Selena was before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've just ruined that for myself because I needed to look at it.
I'm currently like that with Zodiac Academy because I'm only 3 books in.
You're terrible with the TikToks for Zodiac Academy. Terrible.
Because I want to watch.
Because you keep sending them to me and I go, she's going to come across a spoiler. Right.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, no, can't look. No, can't look. Oh, just a little bit.
But it's so hard because you want to see and you want to watch that TikTok, but at the same time you're like, I don't want it spoiled for me.
That's when you have to be like, no, save it for later.
Yeah.
Come back.
100%. But you can't save it for later because they get lost in your saved videos.
Yeah, they do. There's too many saved videos.
Honestly, the amount of videos that I have on TikTok, I saved so many for you when you were reading stuff.
Yeah.
And I have no idea where they are. Like, they're miles away, mate.
Yeah.
It'll take me hours.
I find them in a few weeks. Like, I remember we were talking about that. Like, God, Jess, that was a year ago.
Oh dear. Good though.
Yeah.
Oh. So shall we say how we started on our book journeys?
Yeah.
So
we've always been big into reading, I think, haven't we?
I haven't.
Well, I have.
I've always
loved reading.
Yeah.
I remember being like at secondary school reading Twilight and things
you read
like
Harry
that.
Potter.
Harry Potter, Hunger Games. Was that
I
secondary
read
school?
the Hunger Games. Yeah.
That was just after secondary school for me.
Yeah.
Love reading, absolutely love it. And then I don't know, you just have a life, don't you?
Yeah, it gets in the way.
You don't read apart from when you go on holiday or something like that, and then you're like, oh, I'll get a book.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. No, I wasn't. I wasn't really a reader when I used to get books.
Yeah.
I used to like the aesthetic of a book.
Yeah.
But I never used to read. I think because I never read the Harry Potter books when I was younger. I read The Hunger Games. I started reading Game of Thrones.
Wow.
I know.
That's good going.
I know. But I think I got like onto the 4th book and then I went into my GCSEs. And then I never picked up a book again.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
And then lockdown, we dabbled our toes
Bridgerton.
in romance, didn't we?
We did. I forgot about
that. We read
that.
all them.
We did.
Because we read them at the similar times, didn't we, I think, as well.
Because I remember, obviously Bridgerton was huge when lockdown happened.
Massive.
The first season came out and we watched that and we loved that.
Yeah.
And then I remember you mentioned that each sibling had a book.
Yeah.
And I went to Asda and they had them. So every week I'd get a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that must be the first book series I've ever read.
Really?
Like, apart from Hunger Games. Like, properly, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know. God, that seems years... I mean, it was years ago.
It was years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
I've still got them on my bookshelf, though.
I'm sure I had them. I don't know where they've gone.
Did you finish them?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Did you? Because I remember you got to, like...
Oh, no, I don't think I read Gregory, actually.
No, I didn't think you had. I didn't think you'd finished them.
I got bored by Gregory.
Yeah.
Sos.
Romance is great.
It's lovely, but I feel like the books followed a similar... they need to get married. You know.
Yeah. Oh, something went wrong.
But they were so good.
Yeah.
To read and to get into, and just for ease of reading.
Yeah.
Something to do in lockdown.
Yeah, 100%. I wish I'd carried on reading, but I didn't actually start reading again until it was when I was in my house.
Yeah.
It was a good couple of years later. It must have been 2022, 23 maybe. What year are we in now? 25?
20.
Oh my God. So, in 22 probably, I read the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're classics.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
I just needed something a bit more adult.
I know. Yeah, it's difficult because like my little girl's 6.5 now, and I'm like, oh, come on, do you want me to read Harry Potter with you?
Yeah.
Like,
oh.
Yeah.
Harry Potter's a good one.
She's like, no. I'm like, oh, great.
It's too scary.
Yeah,
that's what
she'd
she
rather
said.
read about like unicorns and things, which is fine.
So would I.
It's fine.
Love reading about unicorns.
We'll get there one day. But yeah, Harry Potters are always a good place to start.
Do you know where it actually properly started? The proper reading, the top tier reading, was when I started TikTok. Because I didn't have TikTok and then got bored and downloaded it. And then they started recommending books and I thought that's so weird. And the first book, the very first book.
The OG, and I saw something today actually, it's 10 years old this year.
Is it actually? We only discovered it you only discovered it last year.
Yeah.
My gosh.
How crazy is that?
It's the OG.
It's amazing.
What a great book to start on a journey.
So you started your journey.
Yeah.
And then it must have been like last year. Was it beginning of last year?
It must have been
I
beginning.
need to get back into reading.
I remember because we have Mondays off together.
Yeah.
Because we have kids. So, we have Mondays off together. Yeah. And every Monday we go for a Monday walk.
Yeah.
Mostly just to keep fit, get out and, have a chat and catch up with each other.
With the boys.
And, I remember you turning to me and going, I want to read something. Yeah. Was it you were going on holiday or something and you wanted a book?
Yeah, I just wanted to get back into reading, I think. Because I've always enjoyed it, but I've dabbled a bit, done a bit of... I'd read a bit in the few years between, my, like, big reads, and was like in a book club at work, and we did like murder mystery or whatever you want to call it.
Crime.
Bit of like crime. It's like a murder mystery party here. A thriller or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed too. But yeah, I just wanted to get back into it.
And I remember because at this point, so I'd
You've
read
all the books already.
I'd read so many. I went to town. When I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think I must have read all of those books in about a month. Like,
yeah.
It didn't take me long, and I just sailed through them.
Yeah.
And then, because I remember reading it when I got back off holiday, and I was on holiday at the end of October.
Yeah.
And for Christmas, I got the Throne of Glass book set.
Oh.
And I read all them. And then I had a hiatus when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Because I was too poorly. I couldn't read. And I was gutted because I was on Tower of Dawn. I was so close to the end. And I couldn't read it. And so I picked that back up when I was on maternity leave.
Yeah.
Again, like a year later, it was October. So I'd read all of Throne of Glass, and I think I was on Crescent City, and I think I was just reading the third one because it had come out the following January.
Yes.
And I remember when you said that, I was like, well, I've got a recommendation for you, but I don't know, because we've never spoken about, like
what our sort of interests we have in books.
Oh God,
we haven't spoken about our book interests.
No, and we had, like, I basically sort of described it to you. I was like, it's a fantasy, it's a bit raunchy, although like ACOTAR is really tame
compared to some of the things.
Looking back now, everyone recommended it to me on TikTok, being like, oh, it's basically porn. And I was like, it's not. There's nothing in there.
No.
And then I remember giving you the first book and thinking when you walked off, I was like, she's gonna hate it.
I think I'm quite a good book reader in the fact that I'll read anything and probably can enjoy anything.
Yeah.
As long as it's got characters that
you can connect
with, then I'm in the story.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I'm the same as you. Although, to be fair, I really have to have, like, a bit of, like, both action and romance in there. I can't have it just be soppy all the time.
No.
But then if there was no romance, I'd be bored as well.
Yeah, I like a good build-up as well.
A bit of a slow burn.
Yeah,
I'm a slow burn.
I like a slow burn.
You get your little toes, like, curling and everything.
Come on.
Yeah.
And like, oh, no.
When they finally get there, you're like, oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I love a slow burn.
Yeah.
Although some slow burns are a bit too slow. You're like, come on.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it all started with a Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah.
And we got hooked.
We did get hooked.
Massively.
I was glad that I read them ones first. You gave me them ones. I'm glad I read them ones first. And then you made me read Crescent City before Throne of Glass.
I did.
And I'm glad I did that.
Yeah. No, I'm glad, because I read Throne of Glass before Crescent City.
Yeah.
And
I don't dislike Crescent City. I think they're really good books.
They're fantastic books. Again,
but I feel like Throne of Glass is just like God tier. Like, you can't beat that series.
No.
And I'm glad I read that as like the last set of Sarah J. Maas books.
Yes, 100%. That's why I recommended it to you, because I think ACOTAR's a great step into Romanticy.
Yeah.
And it's a good time.
Yeah.
And you love the characters.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still in love with the characters.
Yes.
And I cannot wait for ACOTAR 6, and that needs to really be announced very soon. But yeah, I loved Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
I still think that is my favourite book series. I know yours is probably the Empyrean series.
Yeah, I would say they're very, like, close.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved Throne of Glass. It literally like has a hold over my heart. I think I cry about Sam Cortland once a day.
Oh, every day I think about him.
Genuinely, every single day, and I think I'm going crazy.
Yeah, and our mum.
Don't even start us. Don't even start us.
It's like, it was only in it for the smallest bit of the book.
But you had the biggest
love
impact.
you, Mum, but it had a huge impact.
Get out the room. Just don't even talk to us. We kick her out of her own house. We're like, right, get out. You're not allowed.
Yeah, when we do book club at her house.
Oh dear.
We're like, no, Mum. Off you go.
But I wish that I'd sort of done it that way.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. But
because I think, again, I agree with you. I think Crescent City is a fantastic series. I think it's really good. I think it was just blown out the park.
Yeah, and I don't think, for me, the Crescent City books, the characters weren't as relatable.
No, I don't think I related with Bryce that much.
No.
At all.
No.
She just didn't think the way I think. Aylin doesn't think the way I think.
No.
I'd love to be her though. Whereas Bryce doesn't think the way I think, and I don't think I wanted to be her either.
No, I didn't. I thought she was badass at times.
Yeah. Oh my god, with the Hoover.
Oh my god, yeah.
What a legend.
Fabulous.
We love that.
But yeah, I just didn't click with her as I have done like the other characters.
Yeah.
Like Feyre. She's brilliant. Love her. Yeah. And Nesta. Love a Nesta. I like Nesta.
Obviously,
I like Nesta more than Elaine.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
do too. I feel like I've seen a thing though that says you're either a Nesta or you know a Nesta. And I think I know Nestas, but I'm not a Nesta.
No, and I wouldn't think I'm. Unless you're looking at me going, I know a Nesta.
No, you're not. No, don't worry.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day.
But I still like her.
I like it, and I think what was good about the last book is she grew on you. I hated her at the start.
I loved that book.
Yeah.
Because it gave you a snapshot into her, and to start with, I was like, don't want to read a book about Nesta.
No.
Honestly, but that book did change my opinion on her.
I really wanted to read that book because I loved Cassian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's just like golden retriever energy.
He's brilliant.
I love that man. He's just fabulous. Everything about him was just great.
Yeah. We love Cassian.
Yeah. But no, I did not like Nesta at the start.
No.
By the end, I tolerated her. I liked the book though. I thought the book was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the 6th book.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah.
What do we want the 6th book
I swear,
to
I
be?
need Asriel. I need him in my life.
I know, but I don't want it to be an Elaine.
No. I don't know, right? I have this thing with Asriel. He is like my...
Yeah.
He's my up there boyfriend. I am absolutely head over heels for the boy, and he's said 6 words.
Yeah.
But every time he's spoken, it's been the best lines.
Yes.
How dare you speak
about my high lady.
And when he said that he would, if Reese tied him to a tree, then he would pull the tree out by the roots and carry it on his back. He says such amazing things.
Yes.
Imagine a whole book of him.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah.
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 Especially when he's been sent off on this mission that he was sent off on.
Oh, just think.
That would be a good book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't want to read about Elaine doing the gardening.
I think Elaine needs to suck it up and go with Lucian, right? Because that man. No, I don't know why you hate him. I don't know why.
I don't hate him. I just don't like it. I don't know.
He had his own love of his life killed in front of him.
Yeah, I get that.
He had his eye taken out. His brothers are horrible, except Eris. We like him.
I like Eris.
we like a bad boy.
That's maybe why I don't like Lucian, because I like Eris.
Oh my god. something dodgy is going on there with Eris. I think Ma's dodgy. I do.
I've seen theories about this.
She's clearly lying about what's happened.
We're not getting the full story about that.
No.
I
think he didn't touch her because that was the whole thing, wasn't it? He wouldn't claim her.
He couldn't touch her because he would have to claim her.
And he knew that she didn't want that.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason
he's
she
not,
did that.
In the books, he's not been a bad guy.
No. Well,
no.
When he went after Feyre. Apart from that, we all do bad things.
Exactly. we all make mistakes.
We do.
We can forgive a mistake.
Yeah, but you won't forgive Tamlin.
I think he made a few mistakes, didn't he? Not just one.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was a slippery slope.
I understand him wanting to protect Feyre, right?
After
everything that happened under the mountain, and he was genuinely doing the right thing. He thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But he should have spoken to her.
Yeah.
And been like...
Instead of pretending to be asleep.
Instead of locking her in the door or pretending to be asleep while she was spewing her guts up and, things like that. He did that wrong.
Yeah, he did that wrong.
The whole Highburn thing. He did that wrong.
Do you know what I do find funny though? And I have seen this on TikTok and it does make me laugh every time. Is that she was illiterate. Right.
And she wrote him a letter.
She wrote him a letter to say that she's not coming back. Sorry, but if you're Tamlin and you
bullshit.
You can't read or write, and you get a letter from your mortal enemy being like, oh, I'm not coming back, I'm like happy here. Yeah. You'd be like, that's shit.
Yeah.
So he probably thought she was in danger.
Yeah, I get that, but he went the wrong way about that as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't agree with what he did. I'm not justifying it in any sort of way, shape, or type, but
yeah,
from his point of view, you've got to be like, I don't quite believe this letter.
Yeah, well, no, I do get that because she literally could not read or write. She learnt to read and write really quickly.
Yeah, it was very impressive.
Yeah,
it was very impressive. Yeah.
She's got a good brain. Yeah.
To be fair to her, she's a survivor though, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Like, that in the first one when she's up against the worm.
Yeah.
I think, did you... Right, question though, and you've got to be honest. When you were reading this...
Yeah.
Did you get the riddle?
No. Because I'm illiterate too.
My dumb ass didn't get it either.
I didn't get it.
I was literally reading it going, it can't be. I just thought that's too obvious.
Too obvious.
So I thought it'd be something else.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Mm-hmm.
And when she said it, I was like, oh, I'm so dumb.
Yeah, why I didn't get that straight away? And it's when we were talking with it, when we made Mum read it, and she's like, why didn't she just say that straight away? I'm like, I looked at her and I'm like, yeah, why didn't she just say that straight away? How did she not get the riddle? I'm like, I didn't get the riddle.
I totally knew the riddle the whole time. I totally knew it the whole time.
For God's sake, Feyre.
Oh, honestly.
No, I didn't.
There was it was such a good book though, a proper retelling.
You know what I put that down to, not getting the riddle, is when I'm in the book, I am the character.
So you became illiterate?
Yeah, exactly.
So how were you reading the book?
Not quite that illiterate.
No, I agree. I do the exact same thing. So have you got when you're reading, do you just see the words on the paper or do you see what's going on?
No, my brain builds it.
Yeah, in your head. Yeah. So you know exactly, you can see people and do things. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
I'm the exact same. I don't think I could enjoy it as much if I couldn't see what was going on. I don't understand.
I don't think I could get as invested in characters if I didn't build this world in my head.
But this is why I ruin it for myself and I have to see the fan art.
Yeah. You want to know if you're...
And some of it is very nice.
Picturing them properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. But no matter... If I the FMC. And if I like the MMC, I am her.
Yeah.
She is me.
Yeah.
Whether she is blonde, or she has red hair, or whether she's really tall or really short.
Yeah.
That is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you feel the feelings. You want
100%.
to feel
100%.
the feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is why, after such good books, you end up in a slump, surely. Because like, it takes you a while to get out of that.
Yeah, you get a proper hangover.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
I felt, and like, even though you've got other books to read,
Yeah.
like my TBR's huge. Massive.
Yeah.
When I finished Onyx Storm,
Yeah.
I knew what I was reading next, but I couldn't read for like a couple of days.
Well, I think I was a week.
Yeah.
Before I picked up Quicksilver.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Quicksilver. Oh, I picked up No, I read Quicksilver before.
Yeah, you'd read it before.
Yeah.
That was the next book I read, and I was glad I read it.
Yeah.
But it took me about a week.
Yeah.
Because I was just like...
But you miss the characters.
Yeah, you do. And I'd reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame before Onyx Storm as well. And I think doing that, you are like properly, like you've taken yourself back into that.
100%.
So you're just like, whoa.
Yeah. So good. But the problem is, we know with Onyx Storm, that's the third in a 5-book series.
Yeah.
When you read Throne of Glass.
Oh, don't.
And you finished Kingdom of Ash.
I was distraught.
I don't think you can ever recover from something like that. I still, to this day...
I read Fourth Wing after Throne of Glass, I think. But not for a long time. Like...
Yeah.
It took a while to get... Well... Empire of Star... What is it?
Kingdom of Ash.
God's sake, Sarah. Kingdom of Ash. There's like 8 books and I don't know where I am in the series.
There's so many of them.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's the biggest book. It's a huge book.
Yeah.
A lot goes on.
Yeah. And you still want more.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you.
What happened afterwards?
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear about everyone's happily ever after.
When
Dorian and Manon.
Kaol and Urine. Aelin and
what
Rowan.
was their baby? Was it a boy?
Yeah.
Was it a girl?
Oh,
I need to.
There's so many unanswered questions, and I think it was so big. It could have been another book.
Yeah.
Because there was also Knox. She never got that reunion with him.
No, because he knew it was Lysandra, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was still there.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for that the whole time, and it didn't happen. But yeah.
Aedion and Lysandra.
Yeah.
Lord Locke and Locke.
Lord Locke and Locke. Oh, bless them. They are so cute.
They are really cute.
They are
and
such cute characters.
A lead. Yeah.
What would absolutely
I just
break
need
my heart.
a little book, right, where she
Like
just does like
we need a few on each of them.
Yeah, like a few chapters on each couple to say where they are.
Do you know what I'd quite like
lives
as well? Like a little novella on Astrid and her hunter. It'd break my absolute heart.
Oh God!
But what I would give for that would just and Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
Just one of Sam.
In the afterlife, happy.
Oh, honestly, I'll cry. Don't.
I've seen honestly, and it's beautiful. Some people take the piss, don't they? But then there is some really nice TikToks every time Aelin goes back to see Dorian or whatever, I see that she probably visits Sam, and I'm like, oh God, yeah, what? Yes.
It's the video where she goes to see his grave, and she's talking to him.
Yeah.
But then somebody's done a voiceover of him talking back, and that literally breaks my heart.
Oh no!
Because
it's devastating.
Oh honestly. I couldn't read that book again. Like, I have not read it again since.
Assassin's Blade?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I could.
No. But I listened to the audiobook.
Why'd you do that to yourself, Jess?
I don't know. I was, like, nearly sick. I was so sad about it.
Oh, no.
Oh, that boy has my heart.
Yeah. No, he, like, for someone that's not in it for a very long period of time, like one book, he has a huge impact on her throughout the entire series.
Huge. Well, for ages.
I am not afraid.
Yeah. He was the one who taught her to be brave.
He got her through that year in Endovia.
Yeah.
Like, he did, by telling her that.
Yeah. He don't get enough credit.
No.
He doesn't. I absolutely just adore him.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It just makes me so sad that he never knew who she was.
Yeah.
And he would have been fine with it.
When she was, like, drowning as well, and he was there, and she's like, take my body back to Terrason.
Yeah.
And you're like, huh.
Yeah, but he got her out.
You'll never know what she was to Terrason.
Yeah. Oh, it's so sad, honestly. Let's not dwell on Sam, because I will cry.
Dorian.
Don't talk about my boyfriend!
As moving on from Sam.
Oh
yes.
Man.
Oh, yes.
He's my number one.
I'm a Dorian fan. I do like Dorian. He's yours, obviously.
He's my number one boyfriend. I love him.
And so, above Asriel, then?
Oh, no.
If you had to choose.
I don't think I could. Honestly, if they both walked in, and I had to choose between them, I don't think I could.
No.
They've both been through too much trauma.
Yeah.
And obviously they'd want little old me.
Obviously. Why wouldn't they?
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think I could pick. That's a really hard question. Who would you pick out of those two?
Well, Dorian.
You'd pick Dorian?
Yeah.
Sure, that's real. I'll have Asriel. No, you can't have Dorian.
Definitely wouldn't pick Kale. I don't mind Kale.
I'm not rising to
No,
him.
I don't mind Kale.
He's honestly gets such a bad rap, and there's no need for it. What did he do? Go on, tell me.
It's the fact that, like, he knew she was an assassin, and then when she killed someone, he's like, oh my god, she just killed someone.
Yeah.
He's like, but that's her job.
Yeah. No, he was a bit dumb.
Yeah. I don't hate on Kale. I don't. I think he's a really good character, and he was perfect for Selena, because she was Selena at the time, wasn't she?
Yes.
And that relationship, was great for her, I think.
Yeah.
And him, obviously.
I mean, he had a great time.
He had a great time. Yeah, and I'm happy for Kale. He found Irene.
He did.
He can walk occasionally now.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
That was so sad.
That's actually heartbreaking.
But the fact that, like, he met Irene and he came and, you know, he went through all that healing and got his legs back, and then it all got taken away from him again. But he's come to terms with that because he's so happy and at peace.
Yeah.
And that is a good ending for him, for me. I'm happy for him.
I love KR. Like,
No, I wouldn't go that far.
No, I absolutely love KR. Do you know what?
Is there anyone you don't love?
Yes. A few people. No, I loved KR because, like, even in Throne of Glass, and I had me doing videos, like, back in the day when I was reading them.
Yeah.
Going, I love KR. I loved Dorian. Dorian, obviously, my top boyfriend. But for Selena at the time, her and Kale were so well matched with each other.
100%.
That I shipped those two over her and Dorian.
Yeah.
I did. I was so glad when they got together.
Yeah. But for so long, and you'll remember this, I was Selena and Dorian.
Yeah, you were.
I was like, no, what's she doing?
Yeah.
What is she doing?
And I couldn't get that because I loved Dorian and I didn't want to see him heartbroken.
No, and she was a heartbreaker.
But her and Kale just were so nice together.
Yeah, I came round to them because they were right.
Yeah.
At that time.
It really upset me when obviously the whole thing with Nehemia happened.
Yeah. I just think, the ending to that relationship
was sad. It was really sad.
Because it...
Like, he loved her.
Yeah, he did. And then she got shipped off and there was never a finality to it, was there?
No.
Until she came back.
Yeah. And even in the next book, when... Is it Air of Fire? Where she is with Rowan and they're training and he bites her and he says, I shouldn't have done that because she didn't know what her relationship status was with Kale.
And she never... I mean, they hated each other, did her and Rowan to start with, didn't they? Hated each other. But she never progressed that.
No.
While things were all up in the air with Kale.
Yeah, all throughout that book they were... Yeah. I mean, you could tell things were going on, but they were friends.
With benefits.
With no benefits at
no benefits.
Point. But, like, yeah. But when she got back, I understand that people were annoyed at Kale's reaction to her.
Yeah.
And that's why people don't like him.
Yeah.
And I get that. He was being a typical idiot.
Yeah. But from that relationship, he left. Didn't he?
Yeah.
He left the palace.
Yeah.
And went and became a rebel.
Yeah. And was trying to save the city and everything. Exactly. And he was upset that she came back with no help. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. And I don't know how she was supposed to know to come back with help. So that's why people are annoyed. But at the same time, like, they all did stupid stuff. Yet nobody holds them all accountable for what they did.
No.
Whereas Kale gets so much shit.
Poor Kale.
And he barely did anything wrong. I don't get it. So no, I'll defend Kale with everything I've got.
Yeah. No, I like Kale. I don't love him. I like him.
Changing your status on the Kale hate.
I didn't say I hated him. I never said I hated him. Just said I wasn't as into him as you are.
But what do you think? What do you think about the main man then? What do you think about Rowan?
Nah. I am so sorry to any Rowan lovers out there. No. I'll just sip my tea.
Sip the tea before the tea gets spilt.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about him.
Not sold.
Not sold on him.
I'm very much the same.
I like how much he loves Aileen, and I like how much he sacrifices for her. Mm-hmm. That's great. But yeah.
I think it's very weird because obviously there was this whole enemies to lovers thing, wasn't there, going on?
Yeah.
I still to this day can't get over that one. He punched her in the face.
Knob.
And then he said, you would have been better off dead 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't nice, but I've read books where they're not nice.
And then everyone hates Kale.
But Kale...
But Kale said, how dare you not come back with armies?
Yeah, no. Kale, okay. We're moving on from Kale.
Yeah, no, we're moving on.
Bringing the conversation back to him. Yeah, Rowan.
Do you know what?
There's a lot more male characters in that series that I would put over Rowan.
Yeah. We like Rowan. We like Rowan towards the end.
I don't dislike him. I just
don't get the hype.
Don't get the hype behind him. I like the TikToks.
Who's that? Adrian smiled. Rowan.
And then it's just like a random... They are brilliant.
They are so good.
It's too funny.
Honestly.
I like them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about Aiden then?
So I liked him to start with a lot.
Yeah.
And then and I know he regretted it.
It's the start of
end,
Kingdom of Ash, isn't it?
But it's when he's like, and she promised us armies and she's not even sent anybody and this, that and the other. And it's like, and then all of a sudden, like, people start coming in and, like, all the seeds that she's planted finally start coming. And he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you should never have doubted her.
And do you know what else? The way he treated Lysandra.
Oh.
When he threw her out in the snow.
Yeah.
I could have backhanded him so hard.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he started off well.
He started off really well.
I'm glad that he made amends with Lysandra. Yeah. I am happy for them.
Yeah.
But no, he's not up there either, to be honest.
No.
Lord Lorcan is above Aiden. For me. That man, 7 foot tall warrior or whatever he is, man, right?
Climb him like a tree.
And he's like tearing up bits of his shirts for a lead when she like starts bleeding and stuff.
Yeah.
That is a man.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
Sam went and got me some period pants the other day.
Oh, that's a man.
Oh, legend.
That is a man.
I won't go that far.
Well, it's as good a man as you're going to get. No, but seriously, it's them. I mean, Matt would do the same for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Good on Matt.
Yeah.
I love that.
But then no Lord
Larkin. I love that. It's so cute.
That is so funny.
I love that
it
so
actually
much.
Cracks me up every time.
Yeah, he went through a bit of a wobbly though.
He did go through a wobbly.
You can understand it though. He was bloodbound and in love with Maeve.
A misconstrued wobbly though.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually going for her, was he?
No.
Oh, we find out in the end.
Yeah.
So, you know, all is forgiven.
All's forgiven.
Front.
We're going to talk about the best one in the whole series. Fenris.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love him. Fenris Moonbeam.
That man, I'd give him my heart on a platter. Any day.
And this is how, like, much you get into books, isn't it? Like, how did he, like, obviously had no choice, but how did he survive sitting and watching what they did to her day in, day out?
I don't know. How did she survive it?
Well, how did she survive it?
I mean,
they healed her all the time, didn't they? But, yeah. He's just, yeah.
I feel like this is what I mean about the Throne of Glass series, is that these characters, they're not humongous characters. Fenris isn't a huge character.
No, and he only came into it, like, so far through the books as well. Yeah. Like, he wasn't in them all. You didn't get to, you know, you didn't build a picture of him because you didn't hear about his, like, you know, much of his background and this, that and the other.
No.
But...
And even when he did come in, it was like he got mentioned here or there.
Yeah.
He wasn't really a character.
No. And, like, to start with, he's really off. And, like, so he's got his twin, and his twin wanted to go and join Maeve, so he felt like he had to. Brother or twin?
Twin, yeah.
Twins, yeah. I thought they were. So you're just like...
Yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden, his twin's been killed right in front of his face. He's sat and watched Aelin be tortured for weeks and weeks. And, you know, he's like the biggest part. He's pulled her through.
And then he tried... Well, no, he broke the blood bond between him and Maeve because he couldn't do it. I just think
that was genius.
Yeah.
Like, of Aelin, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, right I will blood bond you to me and you will live.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I just think as well their relationship afterwards was so nice.
Yeah.
Because they'd been through so much together.
Yeah.
And they'd survived together.
Yeah.
That even throughout the rest of the book,
yeah,
when everything seemed to, I mean, it never went fine,
yeah,
but everything seemed to be like progressing, they still stuck together. They still had that secret language.
Yeah.
They were still there for one another. And even when, like, Aileen is just like my favourite character in every single book that I've read.
Oh, she is unbelievable.
She, like, is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy the relationship she made along the way.
Yeah.
So not only with Kale and Dorian, obviously those three, it's like their...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like their thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then she made the relationship with Lysandra.
Yeah.
She hated Lysandra.
Yeah.
They were like enemies.
Yeah.
They wanted nothing to do with each other. They were jealous of each other. And then you realise, actually, they were both being abused by Aragorn.
Yeah.
They both didn't have a choice in how they were brought up.
Yeah.
And they became ridiculously good friends.
Yeah.
The relationship with Fenris again. But then she made relationships with Irene
Yeah.
as well, and a lead.
Yeah.
And, you know, all these people, and Rolf even, like, everyone along the way. Yeah, Manon, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Manon. What a legend.
Oh,
Absolute
my
legend.
heart breaks for her though as well.
Mm.
Like, oh God. That was devastating.
Yeah, that's also why I want to know what happened afterwards, because I know she goes back.
Well, she's like the Croatian queen as well, isn't she? So she has things that she needs to do, but she has also lost her inner circle.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Anyway, Throne of Glass is amazing.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I know there's different reading orders, but I'm glad I read Assassin's Blade first.
Yeah.
Because you can go back. Like, you read Assassin's Blade, which is like, effectively, it's like lots of like shorter stories, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And you go back and you're like, oh, so that's from there, and you like place people better.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, because I read it in that order because that's the order the books came in, because I got the whole box set, and I wouldn't have read it in another way.
No.
I think you go into Throne of Glass having a bit of an understanding of where she's come from and what she's doing, whereas like I think if you read it, I think people recommend to read it fourth. Yeah, I wouldn't have liked to have taken myself out and then had to put myself back in again.
No.
Because it's nice to know where she's come from, what she's doing, how she ended up where she is.
Yeah, and also like how like the significance of Sam, like we said, like getting her through that year in it, like the salt mines and this, that, and the other. Like, you wouldn't know that significance if you hadn't read that book first.
No. And, like, you get little tidbits. So, like, in Throne of Glass, she doesn't say Sam's name, but she mentions him. And Dorian goes, oh, who was your past lover or whatever. But then as well, you get the little thing when you're reading Assassin's Blade and you don't realise, unless you go back to it, is that Dorian and Kale were in it.
Yeah.
They were those masked guys at the ball, so I think that was quite nice to have like a little tidbit of that as well.
I like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
good books.
Really good books.
Sarah J. Maas has a lot to answer for.
Yeah. We need more.
We do.
Like, desperately.
Yeah. Definitely Actar 6.
Yeah.
I don't know where Crescent City's going to go.
No, it was sort of a very final ending, really, of the third one. I mean, they had loads of open bits for, like, Rune and Lydia. And
yeah, maybe that's where it'll go. It'll branch off.
I liked the crossover.
Yes, that was good.
I
They've
really
all
liked
had a bit of a crossover, though, haven't
they? They have. This is what we think's going to happen. Like, little, like, theories, is that the next ACOTAR book is going to cross over between, like, a few worlds. And then there's also been like a few theories that she might be bringing back Throne of Glass, which would be amazing, but also like I don't want her to like ruin it.
No, I know, this is it. Like, it's such a good series, and where it ended is like fairly final.
Yeah. It's like you don't want to bring something. It's like Friends, you didn't want to bring it back and it not go.
Exactly. Like, if she was, like, she would have to, I don't know where she would go with it.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hard one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, so good.
So good.
Oh.
So we love books.
Yeah, we love the books. But I definitely think that, like, that's like a small introduction to us.
Yeah, we've also dissected
Throne of Glass. But yeah, I think definitely we need to dissect A Court of Thorns and Roses. I think that should be our next episode will be really dissecting the Court of Thorns and Roses books.
Absolutely.
And we'll start putting together our book boyfriends tally. And yeah. Fantastic. Right, well, thank you for joining us. I will see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.